What if you could go on a date with a pink-haired waifu and do your federal income taxes? Well, this game claims to help you do both. Even though this game is made in Ren'Py and the source code is out there for anyone to sift through, people get really sketched out whenever they're asked for the one identifying number that we've been conditioned since a young age to never give out under any circumstance. I mean, Equifax might have leaked your social on the dark web back in 2017, but come on, this is an itch.io game. It's held to a higher standard. So, to see if all the fears were based in reality, I decided to open up the game and see if it tried to connect to the internet. I'm using a program called Little Snitch, which alerts me whenever an application tries to connect to an address on the internet that isn't already on my whitelist. So, let's start the game. Apple doesn't seem to like it, or rather, it doesn't like opening new apps. So I tell it to anyway. Right off the bat, it tells us that it's only good for the federal income tax returns and that all the states that collect their own income taxes can fuck off. Also, the name of the company is Mischief Tax, which is quite foreboding. Ah yes, the dating sim that does your taxes. Like dating a CPA, only less boring, I'd imagine. So the main screen loads, and at this point my computer fans were going crazy. Did my computer not handle a 2D dating sim? Was it mining Bitcoin in the background? Was the villain from Saw going to pop up on my screen and tell me all my files are locked? I opened up Activity Monitor just to make sure, and it seemed to be the game. Anyway, my name is Nunya F. Business.
None of your beeswax.
I'm new in town and apparently the embodiment of the male living space meme with my flat screen television and singular chair. One thing I'm not though is a neat. Walking around town, we check out the local scene and run into the main character of the story, this incredibly cute girl named Iris. We get our introductions out of the way and immediately Iris wants to know if I'm an illegal alien. I tell her my grandparents already did the hard work of immigration and I'm a US citizen. She gives us a pencil and eraser, probably to write down our social security number later. Then she skedaddles back to work and suddenly it's 4:24 a.m. Damn, I hate it when I wake up from a nice dream. But this dream don't stop, as the next morning we meet Iris at the cafe where she not so subtly asks us if we're single. I thank her for the reminder and tell her that I'm filing singly. If you misclicked, there's another confirmation where you can make abundantly clear that you are indeed maidenless. Iris feels pity for you and offers to help you file your tax return. After a few more questions, she asks us our age. Thinking that the game adds the slashes for me, I input this crazy number, but then I realize that I need to add the slashes manually. Next, she asks us what type of income we had for 2022. Then she tells us her occupation. A librarian? You aren't a CPA? What a letdown. Iris invites us to the library to watch her work, I guess? We find her notebook, which has our name, sort of, and we correct it for her. That's business with a B, not a C. Next day, Iris meets us in the cafe again and asks us where we live. I type in a fake address, but the system doesn't accept it. Do I need to put in a real one? Oh, because it's looking for a 2-letter state code. I see. Then she asks us what we do for a living, and I say consultant, because it was the first thing that popped into my head. Some more increasingly awkward questions later, and she hits us with the big one. What is our SSN? Our social security number? Well, at this point, Little Snitch has not detected any network activity from this game, so it looks like so far we're in the clear. Let's see what happens when I put this number into the text box. And nothing. Still no network calls. A good sign to be sure, but we haven't reached the end of the game yet. Perhaps a payload with all our information gets sent at the very end. Oh, and speaking of dangerous, Iris tells us not to get involved with TurboTax. I don't know, I might just use TurboTax next year if all goes south. Anywho, after our little chat at the cafe, we visit Iris at her office, and we're told the photocopier has given up the ghost. Iris compels us to fix it, and for a brief moment, we turn into the average Linux user and apply enough emotional duct tape to make the copier work again. We might have passed the skill check, but now we have to give up our W-2 form. The word upload conjures up bad things in my head, but Maybe there's no suitable word in the English language that means, put your document in this game, we won't take a copy for ourselves, trust us bro. Anyway, I upload a copy of the VM Box manual, which is a PDF. It won't take anything but a PDF. That's the only non-sensitive PDF I have on my hands, apparently. Game stalls for a few minutes, and then crashes. And no, I'm not going to try again with a smaller PDF. This is just where the video is going to end.